Picture this. A man storms up to the hotel front desk like a hurricane with legs, his face so red it looks like he's about to explode. He's pointing directly at me, stabbing the air with his finger as if I've just ruined his entire existence. The lobby, which just seconds ago was filled with the soft hum of chatter, luggage wheels rolling across marble, and the faint trickle of water from the decorative fountain, suddenly goes silent. Every head turns. Every pair of eyes is now locked on us. And there he is, the entitled guest of the year, demanding attention, demanding respect, and demanding something he thinks only he deserves. He's loud. Not just annoyed loud, but the kind of loud that echoes off the chandelier and crawls into the ears of everyone nearby. He's tossing insults like confetti, talking about how unacceptable this all is, threatening to complain, demanding compensation, and acting like the entire universe should revolve around his check-in. To him, I'm not a person. I'm just an obstacle between him and whatever fantasy of royal treatment he has in his head. But here's the thing he doesn't know. In hotels, the front desk isn't just a desk. It's power. Quiet power. We smile, we nod, we apologize, but behind that smile, we hold the keys, literally, to a guest's entire experience. And in this moment, I held something he could never imagine. The ability to grant him exactly what he wanted. And oh, I planned to. I was about to give him the upgrade of his life. Now, if you've ever worked customer service, you already know his type. The kind of person who mistakes paying for something as a license to treat people like dirt. The kind who believes that because they can afford the room, they own the staff. I've plastered on fake smiles through plenty of those encounters, swallowing down anger while people tore into me for things I couldn't control. But this one was special. Because this time, karma had already been waiting in the wings, dressed up in polished floors and scented air, disguised as a luxury suite. You see, hotels are strange places. Guests only see the polished surface, the clean sheets, the glossy floors, the air that always seems to smell faintly of vanilla or fresh linen. But staff, we know the secrets. We know the ghosts that hide behind those doors. Rooms aren't just rooms. They carry history. Some are light and easy, where families laugh and couples make memories. Others carry scars, not visible to the eye, but scars that staff never forget. And in our hotel there was one infamous suite. On paper, it was paradise. King-sized bed with crisp white linens, a bubbling jacuzzi, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking a forest so beautiful it looked stolen from a painting. Guests would gasp when they stepped inside, sometimes even taking photos before they unpacked. To them, it was perfection. But to us, to those who knew the story, that suite was cursed. A few weeks before, we had a guest who drank himself beyond recognition. Not just tipsy, not just drunk. I mean the kind of intoxication where your body completely betrays you, where every system shuts down. And that man, he lost control of everything. He painted that suite with his sickness. The bed, the carpet, the elegant armchair by the window, even the edge of the jacuzzi. It was catastrophic. It took the housekeeping team hours. Multiple rounds of scrubbing, steaming, shampooing, deodorizing, to make it usable again. The sheets were replaced, the carpets treated, the air scrubbed with industrial fresheners. On the surface, it looked brand new. But those of us who had seen it, we could never unsee it. That room carried a stain no bleach could erase. So when Mr. Entitled stormed in that Saturday, chest puffed out, sunglasses still on though the sun was nearly gone, wrist glittering with a watch he probably thought screamed wealth, I already knew I was in for a ride. He slammed his ID and card down, barked, "Check-in. Room ready yet?" I looked up his name in the system. His room wasn't signed off by housekeeping yet, so I smiled politely. "I'm so sorry, sir. Not just yet. It will be ready right at check-in time." Most people would nod, maybe sigh, maybe wander off to the bar for a drink. But not him. His jaw clenched, his lips pressed into a thin line, and he leaned in just enough to let his cologne invade my lungs. "It better be ready," he hissed. "Don't waste my time." 5 minutes later, he was back. His voice boomed before I even saw him. "Hey! Why are you checking them in before me?" He jabbed his finger at a couple I'd just welcomed. They were glowing, clearly here for their wedding, the bride in a simple rehearsal dress, her groom holding her hand like she was the only person in the world. They'd arranged an early check-in days ago. Their room was ready, I calmly explained. "Sir, this couple arranged early check-in yesterday, so their room was prepared in advance." But he wasn't hearing me. His face turned crimson, his volume rising. "You're lying. This is *T. I was here first. You're just playing favorites. Do you know how much I paid for this room?" The bride looked down, embarrassed. The groom tightened his grip on her hand and ushered her away. Other guests whispered, watching the scene unfold like it was theater. My cheeks burned, but I stayed professional. "I assure you, sir, your room is not ready yet. It will be ready at the designated time." He slammed his hand on the counter so hard I flinched. Then came the dreaded line, "Get me your manager. Now." It was Saturday. No manager on duty. I told him. That only inflated his ego. He pointed at me, so close I could feel the heat of his anger. "Then you make it right. I've wasted my time. I want a free upgrade. Do you hear me? A free upgrade." And that was the moment. There's a fine line in customer service between swallowing it and striking back. Most of the time you swallow it, but sometimes fate serves you the sweetest opportunity. As he stood there, smirking like he'd bent me to his will, I thought of that suite, that infamous suite, the one with the king bed, the forest view, the jacuzzi, and the invisible stain of that drunken night that I smiled. "Actually, sir," I said, my voice syrup sweet, "we do have an upgrade available." His face lit up with smug satisfaction. "Finally. About time." I slid the key across the desk. "Enjoy one of our finest suites, sir. Beautiful forest view." He snatched it and strutted away like a king ascending to his throne, never once saying thank you that I didn't follow him. I didn't need to see his reaction, because I already knew. When he set his luggage down, when he stretched out on that bed, when he filled that jacuzzi with steaming water, he'd think he'd won. He'd think he'd beaten the system. But the truth? He'd bullied himself straight into the vomit suite, and as the elevator doors closed behind him, I felt a rare and precious thing. Satisfaction. Not rage. Not bitterness. Just quiet, delicious justice. That's the thing about entitled people. They believe they're always winning. But sometimes the universe has other plans. Sometimes karma doesn't scream or shout. Sometimes karma wears a neat little hotel uniform and hands you a keycard. I went back to my desk, a smile tugging at my lips, because revenge doesn't always need fireworks. Sometimes the sweetest revenge is silent, the kind that no one else notices, the kind that lets you sleep at night with a grin on your face. And believe me, I slept well that night.